So this is an exhibit of something that is known as the Leidenfrost Effect, which is when a surface is heated up enough that the water doesn't just instantly boil off, but is held up by a layer of the vapor which evaporating from the water. When the Leidenfrost effect occurs, the droplets of water will dance and roll like mercury across the hot surface. The point where the Leidenfrost effect occurs with water is about 379 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. Now, in this case, all I'm using is a small propane stove, and you don't actually have to turn it up to a very high setting. I'm using a metal container because a glass one could possibly crack. I'm using a dropper in this case, but that's not really necessary if you just pour water carefully. Even though you can't see it, there is a layer of vapor about 0.1 to 0.2 millimeters thick that holds up the droplet above the surface. In this case, the flame isn't spread evenly across the entire surface, so larger amounts of water will gather in the cooler areas where they can make contact with the surface, and then they'll just boil away. If the surface is dry, and as long as you keep the water in small amounts, the drops will still bounce around on the surface. But since they're evaporating, they'll slowly shrink until all the water is boiled away. It can be fun just to watch the droplets roll around for a while until they disappear. It can also create some really satisfying slow motion. If the heat is turned off, the water droplet will begin to touch the surface and boil, like you just saw there. If the surface is at or just a little bit above boiling temperature, the water will instantly boil off. If the temperature is below boiling, the water just lands on the surface and doesn't really do much.